Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Ashley Harwood with Keller Williams in Newton, Massachusetts and surrounding areas. And I'm joined today with our lovely guest, Donna Peters. Donna, welcome. You want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Thank you. It's good to be here. I am Donna Peters. I work with Total Mortgage. My clients have deemed me the reverse mortgage queen. I do forward mortgages, but my passion is more with reverse mortgages right now. There's such a need for it. The home ownership for the baby boomers is around 44%. And a lot of them can't afford to move and they can't afford to stay in their house. So the reverse mortgage is really a wonderful way for them to do it comfortably.
Yeah. So let's just start with defining what it is in case people don't know, and then we can get into some of the pros and any cons.
Okay. A reverse mortgage is there's a couple of different products, but the main one that most people hear about is an FHA product. And what it does is it goes less like a traditional mortgage where it is based off your credit and your debt to income. The main factors to qualify on a reverse mortgage are your age and the value of your home. You don't have to own it fully. Most of my clients have some kind of mortgage they're paying off. I would say the biggest problem that my clients face is that reverse mortgage has such a bad reputation.
Yeah.
And part of that is I have been in my whole career has been in mortgages, and I was an escrow officer in Texas when they first came out, and they were not regulated.
Hmm.
So it was kind of the wild, wild west. They had, people that were doing constructions, knocking on elderly homes, having them sign documents they didn't know about, and or family members having them take it out without them even knowing it. And so now in 2008, when they restructured mortgages in general, they also put some guardrails that have really um, increase the quality of reverse mortgages. So one of those requirements is you have to take counseling. So it's a third party. They do have to I give them 6 options. They have to take kind of like a home ownership course before I can even take an application. And that really just ensures that I'm not forcing them into a decision and that they have the capability to make those decisions.
That's really good. I didn't know that that was a requirement. I think that's really, really important.
It is because, I think that, you know, we unfortunately we live in a day and age where the elderly seem to be taken advantage of more than is reported, and so this really is a product that can really help them. Sometimes we plan for retirement, but unexpected things happen.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So, what are some of the benefits? What do you see people using this for and what circumstances?
Well, if I had my druthers, I would have every person that I do a reverse mortgage for come and do a video. But unfortunately, it does have a negative stigma to it that I am working diligently to get rid of. So my goal is to educate so that people realize the upside.
Hmm.
So I'll give you some examples of my recent reverse mortgages.
That'd be great.
I just did a reverse mortgage for a wonderful woman, single lady, and she lived in Rhode Island, and her family lived in Maynard, and she wanted to move closer to her grandbabies, but as anybody in Massachusetts can tell you, it's much more expensive than Rhode Island in general.
Hmm.
So she was able to sell her condo and buy really nice house in the next street over from her family. And the reverse mortgage she used for the purchase gave her the rest of the money. She won't have to. She's 77 years old. She's beat cancer twice. And she it gets to live the best life that she's lived. So it gave her the rest of the money. She doesn't have to make a mortgage payment. She just has to pay her taxes, property taxes, and insurance. So she's able to afford to live there. Um, Another example is a realtor that I worked with that, um, you know, it's been kind of a spotty time to be in real estate. And she used the money from her reverse mortgage to buy an investment home. And so she has income coming in.
Hmm.
So there are some really, I did my next door neighbors fairly recently. She unexpectedly got diagnosed with Parkinson, couldn't work anymore. And she had a mortgage she had to pay. So we did the reverse mortgage so that she could afford not to work. So it works wonderful for the people that it works for.
Mhm.
I One of these days I'm going to write a book on all these success stories and the wonderful people that I've gotten to meet. Um, the other example that I get a lot of calls on is a spouse dies and one of the pensions go away and the other spouse can't afford it because, food goes up, property taxes goes up. There's a lot of increase in cost,
Mhm.
but most seniors are on a fixed income.
Right.
So they're left not knowing how to navigate what to do next. And I see so many times they get frozen in place. They don't know what to do. And, it really is just a phone call. And, I really love what I do because once they reach out, it's amazing to see the relief come over them.
Yeah. So just to, at a very basic level, it's pulling money out of the equity in a property and using it for whatever, groceries or even an investment property or whatever the person wants. Is that a pretty accurate summary?
Yep, and the only difference is I like my strength, I would say, in forward and in reverse mortgages. I always say I make mortgages easy. I think that it's a world that has been uh, people make too complicated.
Yeah.
So when I explain a reverse mortgage, I say it's similar to a home equity loan but you don't have to make the payments. And what they do is they put the payment on the back of it. So that's why it's called a reverse mortgage, because you're not in a forward mortgage, you're paying that every month.
Right.
So you don't lose ownership. You still own your house, no different. If you were to, you get to live in the house forever. The mortgage never becomes, as long as that's your primary residence, the mortgage never due and payable. And if you were to die, your family would sell it and pay off the mortgage the same as if you had a forward mortgage.
Right. It seems like a great option for a lot of people. Is there any downside?
Um, I think really is the woman I was telling you about in Rhode Island that sold to be closer to her family. Her bookkeeper and attorney were the biggest downside because, you
Hmm.
know, they were definitely in a different economic uh, position. So they were telling her not to do it.
Hmm.
And, she found herself not telling people that she was doing it. And so it really prevents, but, it was perfect for her. So for the people it works perfectly. Um, the if you were to pass away, your family has 6 months to decide what they want to do, whether they want to keep the house, whether they want to sell the house or do whatever they, are going to do according to your estate. So I would say that the lack of education is a con. I
Mhm.
would say when you tell people and they say, oh no, a reverse mortgage, that's a con. But it's, we all deserve, I think, especially seniors who, have raised a family, they deserve to age in place with integrity. And this is a way for them to, uh, I've had people that use it so they can hire in-home care for one of
Mhm.
the spouses that's either had dementia or needed some extra assistance. So um, I just think that not a lot of people know the facts about it.
It sounds like it's been quite the challenge to get over that stigma, and we're still not over it.
Yeah,
So,
I find that um, I have an 11-year-old and who's home for the summer, and he's a boy, so he's constantly eating. And I feel like I'm in the grocery store 24/7. And last night I was picking up snacks, and the woman bagging my grocery was 85. And I said to her, "Oh my God, you're still working." And I felt like I should be bagging her groceries.
yeah. Oh,
And she said she just couldn't afford, with inflation and everything, she just couldn't afford it. And I told her about the reverse mortgage, and she was like,
oh.
"Oh no, I could never do that." And that's the part that it hurts my heart, really, because it really. I always do keep my flyers, and I did give her one to read, but it's the stigma of what other people think that is going to prevent her from living a quality life.
Maybe it needs a new name,
Yeah, yeah,
a
that's
rebrand.
true. That's a good idea. Yeah,
Wow.
the
Oh, that's so heartbreaking. I can't imagine being at that stage of life and still needing
having to
to
work.
work. Yeah, I mean, it's
I
different if you
mean,
want to. It's different if your career and you
yeah.
love it, but I don't know how many
It,
checkout people love
well,
it. Maybe they do. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but God bless her. I felt bad. And like I said, I mean, what you don't know can hurt you. And I think education's really important. And everyone that I keep in contact with all of my um clients, and I have yet to hear anybody regret it.
That's good to, that's very reassuring, I'm sure, for everyone to hear that there
Yeah.
really aren't any regrets. And
Yeah, I mean, it's perfect for the people it works with. Like I said, I mean, if you're a financial planner or you married well or you have 7 homes, it's probably not going to work for you. But I think that though there are some great financial benefits to it that your financial planner would probably encourage you to do. But in general, most of the people that I work with are um, struggling financially.
yeah, I mean, I don't think it doesn't sound like a tool for wealth building. It sounds like a tool for, okay, if you find yourself in this situation, unable to live comfortably and afford the necessities or in-home care or things that come up, then this is a tool for that. That's how I'm viewing it. So it makes sense that the financial advisors don't love it because it's not really going to help you build wealth, but that's not the point. The point is just to stay
Yeah,
in your home and not have to move for as long as it's safe, and be able to afford the
exactly.
things you want to do. So,
Well, and I think too, most of the people I have worked with couples, but I would say 90% of the people that I work with are single. And so,
mm,
it's hard when you're on a one income. And like I said, property taxes don't in general go down every year.
right.
And a lot of people didn't anticipate that they'd be paying so much in property taxes. So,
Sure.
life can be expensive, and to not be able to enjoy it at that age, so you've retired, but to not have any joy or happiness, that's no way to live.
No, no, it's not. Well, I appreciate all the information. I'm sure our viewers do too. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, just give me a call at 774-419-2350 if you have any questions. And again, my big piece of what I do is education.
Mhm.
If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, you're a little smarter after the conversation.
Yeah,
So please reach out because it hurts my heart to think of somebody not being able to eat or pay their bills because they don't know about this product.
right. Same. Yeah, that money isn't doing any good just sitting there in the house, the equity.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
your time,
you.
Ashley. I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful rest of your day.
To you.